Hey everybody, Ryan here from Rhino Hockey Channel. Alright, today I'm going to go over my Seattle expansion draft. Now, there are two ways teams could go. Well, I'm sorry, before I get to that, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you have not done so already. Hit that little notification bell to be notified whenever I drop a new video. And make sure to like the video as well. Let me know in the comments if you agree. Make sure to stick around till the end of the video so you can see my picks, who they're going to take from each team. This beginning is just who am I making available and who am I protecting from each team. Let's get started. Alright, so there are two routes teams can take. They can do 7 forwards, 3 Ds, and 1 goal. Or they can do 8 skaters and 1 goalie. Those are the two options they have. Either way, it's 8 players and 1 goalie. So, it's just, do you want to protect 3 defenders, 4 defenders, or more? I don't think I had anybody more than 4, but yeah, those are your options. So, alright, let's get started. First up, Anaheim. Who I'm protecting? Of course, John Gibson and net. I mean, he's still ours. They lose him. Not the end of the world. They're going to protect 4 defenders and 4 forwards, is what I decided. I mean, I think they'd love for Seattle to take Henrique, Silfverberg, Milano off of their hands. Probably the most desirable ones, honestly, if they're looking for young forward players, would be Terry or Heinen. But even then, I can't say that they are 100%ers. So, forward-wise, I protected Rickard Rakell, Max Jones, Sam Steele, and Isaac Lundestrom. Those 3 younger guys are the ones with more potential, so I decided to protect them because they are available. Defensively, I kept Lindholm, Manson, Fowler, and Hayden Fleury. If they had not acquired Hayden Fleury, I would have protected more forwards, but they had to go and acquire a defender that I would personally protect. Now, Shattenkirk and Jacob Larson are still available. Neither one I see as someone that they would want to take. Alright, so that's who's available for Anaheim. Now for Arizona. By the way, I forgot to mention, thank you to Cap Friendly for having this up there. They are a very good tool for this sort of thing, so please go check out their site. And now on to Arizona. Alright, so I went with the 7 forwards and 3 defenders for them. I protected Darcy Kemper because he's under contract. I think he's better than Aiden Hill. And Antti Ranta is a UFA. So, no move clause wise, Kessel and Ekman Larson are definitely protected. And if they do end up moving Ekman Larson, they don't want to lose him for nothing. So, they're going to trade him, so they're going to protect him. And of course, there's Jacob Chikrin. Had a hell of a year for Arizona, so he's definitely protected. And then Lyubushkin. I mean, all their other defenders were UFAs, so I'd keep them. I also protected forward-wise Clayton Keller, Nick Schmaltz, Christian Dvorak, Lawson Krause, and Christian Fischer, and Connor Garland. Now, doesn't leave a whole lot left to pick from, but there's still some decent players there. On to Boston. Alright, they have to protect Bergeron, Marchand, and Charlie Coyle. Those guys had no move clauses, so they are guaranteed, and I don't see them wanting to let any of them go. So, they also, I am going to predict now, they're going to protect David Pastrnak. Can you imagine they didn't protect him? I'd take him in a freaking second. Fudge the rest of them. Jake DeBrusk also protected. Nick Ritchie and Trent Frederick are the other forwards. I mean, it was hard to pick the extra ones outside those top ones. I mean, they could have just easily gone with Craig Smith over Nick Ritchie, but I don't know. I see Ritchie being more of the Boston style. Then on defense, Charlie McAvoy, Matt Grzelcyk, and Brandon Carlo. Goalie-wise, their 2 main goalies are UFAs. So I went with Daniel Vladar. I don't know. It was just, he was the most well-known that played for him this year. So I went with him. And I mean, if they sign Taylor Hall, they're going to definitely put him on that. But I think a lot of these signings for UFAs are going to show up day after this draft or week after this draft, depending on if there's penalties for day after. I don't know if there is or not. All right, now for Buffalo. This team, I'm sorry, a lot of the guys that I'm protecting on this team probably want out of this team anyway. So they're protecting him because you know what, you can get a better haul for Jack Eichel or Sam Reinhart by trading him versus letting him go for free. Goalie wise, I'm protecting Linus Ullmark. I know he's a UFA this year, but why waste it on Tokarski? I mean, at least then you still have the chance to sign him before he hits the market. Guaranteed spot then. Alright, defensively, I'm going to protect Ristolainen, Colin Miller, and Rasmus Dahlin. And forward-wise, Eichel, no move clause for Jeff Skinner, which I'm sure they could just as easily, I'm sure Skinner would agree to it, get rid of that no move clause and keep Anders Bjork instead of him. I can see that. I really could. Or Tage Thompson. But I don't know. I just left it there. I forgot about it, to be honest with you. No, actually, I'm going to take that one off. Bye-bye, Skinner. Bjork or Thompson? That's a hard pick. No, they trade for Bjork. Let's just go with him. So now I have Eichel, Olofsson, Gergensons? I can never say his name correctly. Anders Bjork, Casey Middlestat, Sam Reinhart, and Rasmus Asplund. Now I can see them letting go of Middlestat because he is definitely not shown to be what they expected, and go with Tage Thompson. That's possible too. Excuse me. So that's where I'm at with Buffalo at this point. Calgary. Now, of course, no move clause for Jakob Markstrom, so he's staying as their goalie. Defensively, Noah Hannafin, Rasmus Anderson, and Christopher Tanev, because you can lead Giordano out there. I mean, I don't think this team is going to be majorly competitive next year. So, oh well. Excuse me. God. Forward-wise, Matthew Tkachuk, no way are they going to let him go. Johnny Gaudreau, Sean Monahan, Michael Backlund. I forgot Lucic had no move clause. They might actually, let me look at that again because I missed that. Elias Lindholm and Andrew Mangiapane. Yeah, actually get rid of him. Keep Dubé instead. Yeah. Nobody's going to take that contract of Milan Lucic without Calgary sending a sweetener along with it, which may end up being Dubé, but still. Alright. Carolina Hurricanes. They're going to lose somebody good. That is pretty much a guarantee at this point. I went with 4 defenders, 4 forwards, and a goalie, of course. Nedeljkovic is definitely their goalie, so he's staying. Defensively, Jacob Slavin, award winner this year, definitely staying. Bray Shea. Would they love to get rid of his contract? Sure. I mean, he's still a good defender for him, so I don't see them wanting to let him go for nothing. Brett Pesce and Jake Bean. I don't see them letting Jake Bean go at this point easily. Sebastian Aho is definitely going to be protected. No move clause for Jordan Stahl. He had a great year in playoffs, so definitely staying. Tuvo Teravainen I see being protected. I could just easily see him not being protected and then protecting someone like Trocheck, who had a great year. Granted, Teravainen was injured, but still, I could see that. Svechnikov is 100% being protected. Like I said, one way or the other, this team's losing somebody good. Alright, Chicago's turn. No move clause for Kane and Taves. Tane and Caves. Wow. Kane and Taves and Duncan Keith, so they're all being protected because they don't really have defenders that they're going to lose that are worth really protecting. I mean, I went with DeHaan. You could easily go with Connor Murphy over to DeHaan. I can see that. If that's what you pick, that's fine. I understand. I don't see Riley Stillman being protected, though. I mean, granted, he signed through 2024, but I don't know. Nikita Zadorov as well. He's RFA, so if you're going to get rid of him, get something. Lankinen definitely being the goalie that's going to be protected. If they waste out Malcolm Subban and let Lankinen sit there, they'd be idiots. Just plain and simple idiots. So, Kane, Taves, DeBrincat, Dylan Strome, Adam Gaudette, Brandon Hagel, and David Kampf. Now, you're probably saying, why are you protecting Hagel and Kampf? Well, you know what? They're guys that are RFAs this year, and there was really nothing else to really protect. I mean, do they really want Brett Connolly for 2 more years? Ryan Carpenter, ooh, you lose him, oh well. Vinny Histrose is UFA. I mean, that's about it. There was no one else really on the forwards to protect. So I just went with that. Now on to Colorado. Oh, I forgot to pick a goalie for them. I would not see them letting go of Grubauer. So Grubauer is definitely their goalie. I would see them getting Eric Johnson to waive his no move clause because who knows if he's ever going to play again. But they went with 4 defenders, 4 goalies. Samuel Girard, Devin Taves, Ryan Graves, and Cale Makar are definitely the goalies they're protecting. Forward-wise, Rantanen, McKinnon, Burakovsky, and Donskoy. I think after Kadri's suspension this year, I think they realized, oh crap, he has not changed. So I think they're going to want him to go bye-bye. I mean, they could just as easily let Ryan Graves go, maybe. But, I mean, where are they going to protect outside that? I mean, Confer, Jost, I can see. I mean, Landeskog, I would have protected, but he's a UFA. So even if they take him, if he hasn't signed, you can sign him in free agency. Boom, done. Oh, well. And that's the way other people look at it differently. Some people would protect him no matter what, and that's fine. The way I'm looking at this is, he's a UFA. They take him. If they don't sign him, I can still sign him. Who cares? It's not a big loss then. Because if he was going to sign with someone else anyways, then who cares? You're going to lose him anyways. Nobody's going to give you a big package for a guy who's going to be a free agent in like a month. Alright, on to Columbus. I have forward-wise Cam Atkinson, Oliver Bjorkstrand, Max Domi, Boone Jenner, Jack Roslovic. He had a great season since the trade from Winnipeg. Kevin Stenlund, and Patrick Laine. Now, do they want out of Laine's contract? I mean, he's not signed right now, but he's RFA. I would definitely want to trade him if I were them because he played terrible for him. But I'd still protect him because I want to get something for him. Seth Jones, same type of thing. From what I understand, he wants out. And this team is kind of like Buffalo right now. They're imploding. But I'd protect Jones, Werenski, and Gavrikov. And goalie-wise, I went with Korpisalo. You could easily go with I can never say that one's name. The one underneath Korpisalo. That one's a weird name. Because luckily Elvis Merzlikins is not he's exempt. So I would go with Korpisalo. Because, yeah, they had a bad year, but who knows? They could rebound. For Dallas, I have no move clause-wise. You have Seguin, Ben, and Radulov. I also did Pavelski because he had a great season again for them. Rupe Hintz, Dennis Gavrikov, or Garyanov, sorry. I'm still on Gavrikov from Columbus. And Jason Dickinson, who had a great rookie year. So I would protect him since he is not exempt. Defensively, Klingberg, Hanley, and Heiskanen are the ones I would pick. I mean, Esa Lundell, yeah, they probably want to keep him, but Hanley is... Oh, why did I pick Hanley? I'm sorry, no, I was thinking of someone else. I was thinking of the guy from Winnipeg, I'm sorry. Yeah, Lundell, Klingberg, and Heiskanen. Sorry, not Hanley. No, he can go if they want him. And no move clause for Bishop, so I don't see him waiving it. Granted, he was hurt all year, but he supposedly wants to play next year because he is healthy. Alright, on to Detroit. I didn't know who to pick goalie-wise. I just went with Grice. He's got term. Might as well. Defender, same type of thing. They were trying to get rid of DeKaiser last year. Why would they protect him? I guess Stetcher, Juice, and Roenick. Definitely Roenick. He's 100%. But the other two, I guess. Forward-wise, Larkin, Fabry, Nemeshnikov, Rasmussen, Bertuzzi, Vrana, and Ernie. I know Ernie's weird, but I know who the heck else to pick because they want Helm to go bye-bye. I mean, he's a UFA. Ryan's a UFA. I mean, there was no one else really to take. I mean, Franz Nilsson, I think they want out of that contract. Richard Panik, same type of thing. I mean, I just don't know. All right, for Edmonton, obviously McDavid, Draisaitl, Puljujarvi, Yamamoto, protected, and Nugent Hopkins. I also did Cassian and Jujhar Khaira. I don't know. I didn't know who else to pick, honestly. Defensively, Nurse, Clefbaum, and Bear. Yes, Clefbaum was out all season, but if he comes back to form, he's a good defender. I would keep him. The others, oh well. Barry, they could protect too, but him and Larson are UFAs, so why waste the protection when you got guys with term? And then goalie wise, Mikko Koskinen. Yeah, they'd love to probably not have him anymore, but they don't really have much else to offer. And now Florida. For them, I think they're gonna ask Keith Yandel to waive his no move. Up to him whether or not he does it. I'm going off the assumption that he will. Aaron Ekblad protected Mackenzie Weegar and Marcus Nudavara in the defensive area. They didn't have many defenders really to protect. I can see, instead of Nudavara, Forsling. I can see it, but never know. No move clause for Bobrovsky, so he's definitely a goalie they're protecting. Drigger is a UFA, so I think they're going to lose him anyways because they have Spencer Knight, so oh well. No move clause for Huberdeau. Obviously going to be protected either way. Barkov, Hornquist, Vetrano, Achari, Verhage, and all the way down there, Sam Bennett. Those were the ones I'd protect. I mean, I guess Mason Marchment, maybe. Anthony Duclair, maybe. But they're going to lose somebody, but maybe not that bad. Alright, on to LA. No move clause for Doughty on the defense. I figured they'd just keep Waugh and Walker. Cal Pearson, the goalie they protect. Andrzej Kopitar, Alex Iafallo, Adrian Kempe, Brendan Lemieux, Austin Wagner, Carl Grunstrom, and Andreas Anthony, who had a very good season for them. So I think they'll re-sign him as RFA. On to Minnesota. They're going to... Now, this is a shot out in the wild here. But, well, not for Parise. Parise, I think they're going to ask to waive his no-move clause because nobody's going to take him anyways. I think it's going to be the same thing for Ryan Suter. He's 36, making $7.5 million for another 4 years. Ask him to waive. That way you don't lose Dumba for nothing. You keep Spurgeon and Brodin, who obviously have no-move clauses, so they probably won't waive him, and you want those two anyways. They're younger than Suter. Spurgeon, 31, yeah, but he's still got a few years left. Goalie-wise, Kakinen, obviously. I would keep him over Talbot. No move clause for Zuccarello. He had a good year anyways. Why would you want to lose him? But I would keep Victor Rask, Marcus Foligno, Jordan Greenway, Ryan Hartman, Joel Eriksson-Ek, and Kevin Fiala. I mean, there's not much to pick off of from there. Maybe Nico Sturm instead of Ryan Hartman. But I don't know. That's just what I go with. Montreal now. Still in the playoffs. And on the verge of eliminating Vegas. Kind of crazy. Alright, Carey Price, no move clause on it. They wouldn't let him go anyways. So Jake Allen's going to be available. Alright, defensively, Shea Weber, Jeff Petrie, and Joel Edmondson. I almost said Eriksson-Ek again. Forward-wise, Brendan Gallagher would be protected. I did Jonathan Drouin. I think they'd like to get rid of him, but I didn't know who else to keep, honestly. Well, man, why do you want to lose someone that you could get something for in the trade market? Because the other ones that I'd want to keep are UFAs, so... Oh, well, they take a UFA. You guys could keep them. Josh Anderson, I'd also pick. Tyler Toffoli, Paul Byron, Jake Evans, and Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Luckily, Nick Suzuki and Cole Caulfield are exempt, so don't have to worry about those two. Alright, on to Nashville. Alright, I have them doing 4-4. Juicy Saros definitely being saved as the goalie. I don't see them wasting it on Rene or Ingram. I really don't. Defense, Roman Yossi, no move clause, he's staying. Ryan Ellis, Matthias Ekholm, and Dante Fabro. I don't see them letting those four go. Forward-wise, Johansson, Duchesne, Forsberg, and Arvidsson are my four that I would keep. So they're going to lose somebody, a decent player, but they're going to lose a massive player, at least this way. Alright, on to New Jersey. Let's see. Forward-wise, I'm going Nico Hischier, Andreas Janssen, Jesper Bratt, Miles Wood, Pavel Zacha, Nathan Bastian, and Yegor Sharangovich. Sharangovich came out of nowhere for me this last season, so I'd say keep him. Defensively, they had nothing really to pick from. I think they want out Subban's contract, but nobody's going to take him with 1 year left at $9 million. He's not playing at that level. Damon Severson, Will Butcher, and Jonas Siegenthaler. That's who I went with. You could easily do Ryan Murray over Butcher because I think they want to get rid of Butcher at this point from what I understand. So I can see that. Goaltending wise, Mackenzie Blackwood, easily the one they pick. Islanders, Varlamov, the goalie they pick. Defensively, Ryan Polak, Scott Mayfield, and Adam Pellich. Yes, that leaves Nick Leddy available, but this team's going to lose somebody. Matthew Barzal, Anders Lee, Brock Nelson, Jean-Gabriel Pajot, Josh Bailey, Matt Martin, and Anthony Beauvillier. Beauvillier is the driving force behind why I didn't do 4 and 4. Because if I had done 4 and 4, it would have been Barzal, Lee, Nelson, and Pajot. And they would have lost Beauvillier for nothing. But they would have kept Leddy then. So it's like it's a double-edged sword, but I think I'd rather have Beauvillier than Leddy at this point. Alright, on to the Rangers. A lot of no movement clauses here. Georgiev is who I would keep as the goalie. Trouba, no movement clause, always being protected. Ryan Lindgren, and why did I pick Anthony Potato? Well, there's not much else to pick from. He had term, that's why. Alright. And then in the forward area, Panarin, Kreider, Zibanejad, Ryan Strome, Phil Cheadle, Brett Howden, and Pavel Buchnevich. Now, yeah, that's who I got. I mean, they could, instead of Potato, maybe they pick Libor Hayek. Actually, I'd do that, yeah. Never mind. He's an RFA. I thought he said UFA. Alright. Yeah, so that's what I'd do, actually, Hayek instead of Potato. On to Ottawa. Ottawa would pick Dadonov, Colin White, Connor Brown, Chris Tierney, Nicholas Paul, Drake Batherson, and Brady Tkachuk as the forwards to keep. Then defensively, Chabot, Zaitsev, and Mete. That's who I'd pick. And then Dackard is the goalie. The goalie was the hard one because they could protect Dackard, Hogberg, Gustafson, and Murray. Any of those four, really. I mean, Anton Forsberg, okay, let him go. He's not a big deal, but the other four, they all look like they have potential. So, but I went with Dackard. He looks really good before the injury. Alright, Philadelphia. They're going to protect Giroux, Voracek, Hayes, Van Riemsdyk, Konechny, Couturier, and I went with Nolan Patrick because former second overall pick. I don't want to lose him for nothing. But at the same time, I could easily see them keeping Lawton over Nolan Patrick because Patrick is probably not going to be what they expected. Defensively, Provorov, Myers, and Sanheim, which means Shane Gostisbehere is going to be available in mine, at least. I don't know if that's what it's going to be like in real life. Carter Hart is the goalie I'd protect. Pittsburgh, protecting Malkin, Crosby, Gensel, Zucker, Rust, Kapanen, and Teddy Bluger. Defensively, Letang, Matheson, and Pedersen. And goalie, Tristan Jerry, which means Casey DeSmith would be available. But I'm just basically going with the younger of the two goalies there. San Jose, they're going to lose pretty much nothing. Couture, Kane, Meyer, Hurdle, LeBanc, Balsers, and Donato are the forwards I protect. And defensively, Erik Karlsson, Brent Burns, and Vlasic. Now, I've heard rumors that they might make Burns available in order to get rid of the contract to get some cap space. But there's also a possibility, I've heard rumors that Evander Kane may be bought out just because of his whole bankruptcy issue. So, but then there's also rumors that they may buy him out and then re-sign him, which to me should not be allowed, but if it's in the books, it's in the books. Not much we can do about it. Martin Jones is the goalie I protect. I don't think I'd want to, but what's your option? Kornash? I guess if you really want them to take Jones, which if the Kraken take Martin Jones, fire Ron Francis now. St. Louis. Tarasenko, O'Reilly, Shen, Perron, Blay, Sanford, and Kyrou. They're going to lose someone good. This team is going to. It's a guarantee. Justin Falk, Torrey Krug, and Colton Parenko are who I'd protect. Because look at Martin Scandella is now available. Nico Mikola, and honestly, that guy looks pretty dang decent. Vince Dunn's available still. I mean, they had a lot of forwards available still that I don't think they want to lose, but they're going to lose somebody. St. Louis. I'm sorry, St. Louis fans. You're going to hate that you're going to lose someone good. And Jordan Binnington is the goalie to protect. Tampa Bay, amazingly, from what I can see, they aren't going to lose anything majorly damaging for them. They're going to lose somebody, but it's not the end of the world type of loss. Vasilevsky definitely been protected. Defensively, you got Victor Hedman, Ryan McDonough, and Mikhail Sergachev. Forward-wise, Kucherov, Stamkos, Point, Palat, Gord, Sorelli, and Ross Colton. Which, Colton, you could do Alex Killorn, but they want to lose the money. So, there you go. You could also do Matthew Joseph instead of Colton. I can see that too. So, that's where we're at with them. Alright, on to Toronto. They're probably not going to lose anything major. Jack Campbell's going to be the goalie protected. Defensively, Muzzin, Riley, and Dermott. I mean, you could do Brody instead of Dermott. I can see that, but Dermott's younger. So, I think I'd go with Dermott. Austin Matthews, John Tavares, Mitchell Marner, William Nylander, Kerfoot, Engvall, and Spezza. Because all their other forwards were UFAs. So, I guess Spezza, since he signed that one-year contract last night, or yesterday, keep him, I guess. Alright, on to Vancouver. They are definitely not protecting Louis Eriksson. Oh god, they protect Louis Eriksson. I think Vancouver fans may fall on riot again. Brock Besser, Bo Horvat, JT Miller, Tanner Pearson, Jake Virtanen, Tyler Mott, and Elias Pettersson are who I would protect forward-wise. I can see them not protecting Virtanen with his whole sexual assault thing going on with him right now. They may just let him go. I don't know. We'll have to see how that works out, but they may not wait for that case to end. Depends on what knowledge they know that we don't. Alright, defensively, Tyler Myers, Nate Schmidt, and Madison Bowie. I didn't know who else to pick. I mean, Edler's UFA and Hamonic's UFA, and no one else to pick. Bowie had a year left. I guess pick him? Thatcher, oh, I didn't pick a goalie for them. Oops. Demko, 100%. They're going to keep Demko over Holtby. Holtby had a terrible year. Alright, on to Washington. This one may be a surprise for everybody. Goalie-wise, I'm taking Vanacek. Defensively, John Carlson, 100%. Orlov and Schultz. I could have gone between Schultz and Dillon. They're same age. Schultz is more off-injured, and Dillon is more effective defensively. So, I don't know. I went with Schultz just because of the offensive portion, but I could easily see Dillon instead. Forward-wise, Backstrom, Kuznetsov, Oshie, Mantha, Wilson, Eller, and Sprong. Now, you're going to be saying, why aren't you protecting Alex Ovechkin? Well, he's a UFA. And like I've said throughout this video, if they're a UFA this season, why waste the pick on them? Yeah, they could pick Alex Ovechkin. Chance of him signing there? I don't see that happening. I don't. I think he's going to finish out with Washington or go to Russia. It's one or the other. No in-betweens. I could be wrong, but I highly doubt that. Winnipeg. They're going to protect Blake Wheeler, Kyle Connor, Mark Scheifele, Nikolai Ehlers, Pierre-Luc Dubois, Adam Lowry, and Andrew Copp. So that means Mason Appleton's going to be available. Alright, defensively. That's what I was thinking of with Dallas was Logan Stanley. I had the wrong one. Josh Morrissey, I protect Logan Stanley and Neil Pionk. I mean, they're probably going to lose DeMello or Blue. There's possible they could lose one of those two. but I think those are more acceptable losses. I mean, DeMello had a very good year for him, so did Boyu, but we'll see. And I forgot to pick a goalie for them. Obviously, Hellebuck. So, yep, that's all for that. So, let's get to who's actually going to be on Seattle. Hey everybody, so I realized that video was like a half hour long already, so I'm just going to do a separate video as to who's going to be on the Kraken. So, now you know who's going to be available in my eyes, so I'll see you next video. Alright, if you had not done so already, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be notified when I drop a new video. Let me know who would you pick to protect for these teams, for your team specifically. If you have something different, that's fine. Let me know. I want to see, because chances are I'll probably be god awfully wrong, like my picks for the playoffs. So make sure to let me know. All right, I will see you all next video. Bye, everybody.